Hey everybody, this is Matthew Whitaker here. With GK Houses, and I'm gonna talk about the Centerpoint, Roebuck, Huffman areas of Birmingham. So if you're looking to invest in Birmingham, shot another video that's kind of a general Birmingham overview. Also, on my second video, talked about the Northwest corridor of Birmingham and what the housing stock and investing looks like. So if you want to check out those videos, you can certainly do that. But today I'm going to talk about the Northeast corridor, which is by far the most popular, I would say, for rental house investing and for C plus and B flips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we're going to take a look at the city of Birmingham. So let's check it out. So right here, we're looking at the city of Birmingham. What we're going to talk about today is this Northeast corridor, Centerpoint Parkway, which is 75 and 79. So I'm zooming in here. All right, so very important. This interstate right here is our it kind of comes out of Birmingham, and this is kind of where the Roebuck area of Birmingham starts. So you're talking about houses that were built in the 1940s and early 1950s. Generally, these houses are 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And you know, they rent from anywhere. There are also some 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, but most of them are 1 bathroom just because of the age of the house. And you're talking about houses in here that rent anywhere from, you know, 2 bedrooms for $650, $700 up through about $750, $800, $850 for 3 bedroom homes. As you move up the parkway, the 75 is what we call Centerpoint Parkway. You get into an area called Huffman. So there's generally Huffman, as the housing stock gets newer as you move up the parkway. Huffman's also a great area for rental house investors. Again, you're talking about C plus, solid B, B minus neighborhoods that are, again, generally 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. You can start to find some 3 bedroom, 1.5 baths as you move up the parkway. So that obviously is better for tenants. They're more excited about extra bathrooms, as everybody would be. And these houses are going to rent for a little bit more. So as you, generally speaking, as you move up the parkway, the housing gets newer and the rental rates also get higher. As you move up into Centerpoint, you will find a lot of brick rancher houses. I love brick ranchers. Reason being is I always joke they're like a tank. They're very efficiently built house. They're generally 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 3 bedroom, 1.5 baths, but there's not a lot of frills. It is a house that is a kitchen, dining room, living room, and 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and really nothing else other than maybe a hallway. Typically, they have a carport. These are probably some of the most popular rental houses in Birmingham, Alabama. Generally speaking, these houses rent from $800 up to $1,000, $1,100. Again, as you move up into the newer stock, these houses were probably built in the late 50s all the way through the 60s. Chalkville is also a very nice area. Houses start to get, as you can see, the roads, houses start to get further and further apart up in here, but also a great area. Again, generally speaking, as you move north and east, you're going to get into newer and newer homes, but you also are starting to get into a more kind of rural area up in here. But again, schools are really good in here. One of the things about Centerpoint is it's its own city. So it's not like super investor friendly as of late. They've done some things to kind of crack down on investor buying, which I think is a big mistake. But again, people are still buying in this area, and it's still an awesome area. As you move up into Pinson, again, houses do get further apart, but still a great area to invest. Areas of Pinson rent in the $1,000 to $1,200, $1,300, maybe $1,500 range. And the housing stock actually gets up into the 1970s. So that's it. I hope that video is super helpful. Again, we're talking about the Northeast corridor. of Birmingham. And I'm Matthew Whitaker with GK Houses. I'm going to be shooting videos of a bunch of different areas of Birmingham. I hope you'll check them out.